Hello, hello, everyone. I appreciate you showing up for this special edition of Paranormal Connections. Hold on just one second. Let me get my co-host. Oh, Mr. Fly Money G. There you are.
One. Wait a second. I got my carrot juice out. I'm a health nut.
Look at that. I got my straight up Pepsi shot here, right here. I'm
Yeah,
ready to go.
buddy. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
ready. All right. As I said, everybody, welcome to the show. Again, this is a special edition, a special Sunday edition. You know, it seems like lately we've had to have a lot of these special editions over the last few months, but it is what it is. So
Yes.
when things happen, when things come up, again, when we feel that they're important enough that they need to be put out, or if we feel like the time that we have allotted on the shows on Mondays, we already have a guest, we just decide to do a show on our own and we'll put it out there. But I
That's
will
right.
tell you, this has been a very, very,
You know what? I'm so fired up. You know what? I've been hanging on to this for 9 hours now. 9 hours. I know I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to slow it down. You may have to keep me in control. I'm just letting you know that.
no worries. Oh, wait, maybe both. We have people for sure that I know are going to be calling in tonight
Good.
to join in on this conversation. Uh, some people are involved in the situation. Some
Yep.
people just have opinions on what's going on. And so for everybody watching tonight, uh, look, this is an important topic. I mean, and we're gonna this is gonna kind of dribble over into tomorrow night's show because we've got a few other topics and people we got to talk about, you know. But this jackass that we're going to talk about tonight, you know, he put himself in front of the line, needing his own special night. So I want, you know, he's been wanting a lot of attention today, and unfortunately, doesn't have too many people to follow him or like him anymore, I guess. So it really hasn't got out to the masses. So I decided I was going to help him out. I just thought, well, if he wants people to know, we can do that, right? We can let people, we'll help him let people know. Um, but then I even offered to let him come on the show and give his side,
Yeah,
but
right.
he couldn't debate me in a lot of these things, and he couldn't definitely debate you and I on all the rest of the bullshit. So
Total bullshit with proof. And you know what? I'm going to say this real quick because I know you're going to go keep on going, Christina. Everybody that says anything like, "Why are you guys doing this? Why are you guys creating this? Why do you guys have these kind of shows?" Let me tell you something. This needs to be done, and I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to let Christina George handle that. But when this guy is going to say something about me and make it worldwide on Facebook and make up a rumor, if I don't come out and defend myself, then I look like guilty as charged. So when we come up with the name, this is why I'm doing this to defend me. So this is why I am 100% doing this. And if anybody has a problem with this, then you might as well go ahead and get off this right now because I am fired up like no other. And he has definitely created a mess. And what sucks about that, I'm going to say it, and then I'll let you go, Christina, and let you chat, is he has a calendar that's out for the next 3 months where I know where I can go investigate anytime I want, and I can't wait to get his autograph. How does that sound?
well, yeah, we got. I'm just gonna say we got some things in store. One thing that this guy should have done first of all. Well, okay. I guess we have to start from the beginning. We have to give the guy's name,
Do
right?
it.
Because
Do
this
it.
is what we do on this show. Like, there's no bullshitting. We got the proof to back it up,
Do
you're
it.
getting called out by name.
Do it.
So, first of all, well, he has multiple pages, goes under multiple names, multiple aliases, and has a few group pages. But
Yeah.
I will tell you the ones that I know, and you can research the rest on your own. So we've got Ryan Privy, and he's got a big neon psychic advisor uh, sign on it, which is for him. That's one of his pages. And then, oh, I blocked him, so I don't know. Oh,
It's
wait a
like
minute.
it's like a dog or a cat or a bag. It's like a
Yeah,
douchebag, or something like that.
yeah, exactly. Picture of a douchebag, and they probably no. He doesn't even have his picture up because douchebags don't want to have their picture up. They want to stay silent. But uh, anyway, I'm going to get his other name too because he's on my stream from last night. It's funny because again, I had when I went and checked on this other page, I literally had like 1,100 friends in common with this person, and funny enough, a lot of the same people who are listening to this stream or that commented on the post, you're friends with them. So that's the crazy part. So again, I mean, I know when everybody gets into the field in the very beginning, I've been in it for a long time, but when you first get into the field and you start like getting a few people to, follow you and everything, you will actually accept anybody and everybody's friend
True.
request because
True.
it makes you look like you got more friends, that more people follow you, more people care about what you're saying. And so that's where the problem lies is
Yep.
that for numbers, they get all kinds of fake accounts, they get all kinds of troll accounts, they get,
Yep.
people get mad at them, they make another account, they go to Adam and they, Adam. So it's happened to all of us. We can't say, that it hasn't. I definitely have done it in the past too. And I thought, why in the hell well, we've called a few of them out too, where I'm like, why in the hell would I have ever added this person? And then
Right.
come to find out that's not the way they were when they first got on to Facebook. So things change a lot. So this guy claims to be a paranormal investigator, a psychic medium. Oh, and we can't forget he's also a demonologist, but he's not a demonologist, but he knows how to deal with demons and all those kinds of things. So
Yeah, he bought a certificate for $1.99. I saw them. Yeah, if you buy a certificate for $1.99, you could be anything you want. Go on. I'm sorry, Christina.
so he does ghost tours out in the Turlock, Modesto area of California.
Yep.
And I actually have to call out his page, his other page. Where is it? Crap, I gotta look for it again. It's Central Valley Investigations and Tours, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not really positive, but uh, so I will put the links. I'm going to unblock them, and I'm going to get all the links to all of the pages. Kara, anybody else who's involved in this, I know everybody knows these pages. If you guys can go on to them and then post the links in the chat, I would appreciate it. Then that way it will go up on the camera. It'll be on stream. I've got some people waiting in our lobby. So I do want to start bringing people in, but we've got to give you the background on all this, and there is a lot to it. So this guy had private messaged me on the Paranormal Connection page, asking that would it be okay if he came on the show and could he post about his tours that he did, his tour business. And many people know, like we know a lot of people that have ghost tours around our area. Ellen McFarland and Devin Sisk are one of them, and we actually all went to one of them recently. Had a great time. We promoted their business, did a live stream from there. All was good, and I was going to do that as well for this guy's tour. As well, Tammy Garrett, all the different people that do tours or do events, that's what we try to do. So to help each other out. So immediately, he starts talking to me and he's like, oh, well, yeah, I'd love to invite you and George to come on, the investigation, see how it works, the tour, see how it goes. I can take you to this really haunted farmhouse and it's private. I've got all this access to it, blah, blah, blah. I can take you there. So we had this whole conversation between the three of us, and we had decided that George's wife had a event to go to that day in Turlock that day, so we figured we would go that night. So I went and I had booked a room for us to go up there, and that's what we were going to do. Well, in a further conversation, he had a conversation with me about that the day we were going to come, he had a comedian team that was going to come in, and they were going to provoke spirits. And, anybody who knows us, like, that we're completely against that. It's all about respect. And I tried to explain this to him. And this, I said, well, look, uh, I don't do provoking. I'm completely against it. So, but hey, that's your thing. We don't have to go on the tour, but we'll still investigate afterwards. So that was the plan. And that night, or on the show, George and I were talking about things that were coming up, and we said, oh, we mentioned just that we were going to go to these locations. We didn't say anybody's name. And immediately I started getting contacted by a whole bunch of people asking me, oh my God, is that Ryan Privy, that did this, blah, 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 blah. It's invited you? And I said, yeah. And so a lot of people came and they gave me their stories that they had about this guy. But again, a lot of it is personal in nature, and it's again the same shit that goes on, people fighting over locations, or everybody feels in competition. If one person does a tour and the other one does a tour, they got to be conflicting and fighting amongst each other who does the best ones. And I mean, this is just what we deal with. So I try not to allow that to affect me on making a decision as a radio show host to go out and check out a place for myself, get your opinion, George, and give our honest opinions. It may not, we may go somewhere sometime that we think it has no activity, or it just really wasn't a lot of fun, or is boring. Who knows? But I mean, that's what I do, on this show. It's what I've always done. So I'm kind of like, all right, well, we'll do that. So I decided, and I told you, George, behind the scenes, look, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. You heard a lot of stuff too, people reaching out to you. And I
Yep.
said, you know what? We decided, let's just give the guy a chance. We won't go on the tour because we both didn't want to do the whole thing about how he was doing his tours. And I
Right.
definitely would have said something about how he's doing it. I'd had a real problem. So we
Right.
just avoid that. We'd get with him after, do the farmhouse, and then go back to the hotel and investigate there. That was the plan. And
Yep.
then all of a sudden, I got contacted by a client that I had a couple years ago with my team. And there was a third party team that contacted me. I didn't know, they were just happened to be local, and said, hey, Christina, I know you're really busy, you got a lot of stuff going on, but there's a case, and this family like really, really needs you. They've got all this activity. They've had all these people come in and try to help them. It's only made it worse. And it's so bad that they're being told that they've got all these demons in the house, and that they are after the 7-year-old child, their 7-year-old son. And it scared this family so bad that they eventually fled the house and moved into a 2-bedroom, super small apartment. Now, mind you, they live in a nice area, brand new homes, 4-bedroom house, beautiful house, right? And they've cramped their whole family into 1 bedroom. And so, although I was busy, I said, yeah, we'll do it, set it up. I did tell this third party, Holly, just because I do things a certain way, and sometimes it's hard for me to join in with another team, because if we both do things differently, it's going to confuse the homeowner, it's going to cause other issues, might not allow it to work. So I said, if you're having me consult, I need to bring my team in, and we need to investigate and see what I get, and then I will give you my advice what we should do from that point. So I went to the thing, and as soon as I get there, the woman's really like all distraught, and I'm like, what? She almost didn't want to go through with the investigation because she said that this guy, Ryan, kept messaging her, threatening her, and telling her that not to let us come, that we were witches, and we were only going to make the situation worse because we're into all this satanic stuff. Now, first of all, nothing against witches. I know plenty of them, love them. I'm just not one of them. Okay. This guy absolutely has no clue what he's talking about whatsoever, has no business investigating or helping families in any way, shape, or form. But he went in and he had told this family again that they had all these demons. They move out. He was texting them saying, is it okay if I bring a group of people who go on my ghost tour to come and tour your house and investigate in your house? And she said, no, absolutely not. First of all, they weren't living there, and you're not just going to let random people just be all up in your house. And so he got upset. So he started getting very forceful. Now, again, I didn't know that this was the same Ryan back then, or even at this point. So we went in. Yes, there absolutely was activity. Now, was it heightened over all of the fear that it was created with all this stuff they were telling them and all the people they brought in? Probably. But I went in, I was able to identify, what it was. We didn't get hurt, we didn't get attacked. There was one spirit of a man who was very attracted to the woman, the client, and he would like try to enter her, kind of take over her. But again, it was nothing that was hurtful or anything like that. I went in, we stayed the night, we gathered evidence. The next morning, we did my whole cleansing. Every one of them is always customized depending on what the situation is, the religious beliefs, the activity, whatever goes. I've got a different way to deal with things. Go in there, I do that, and a week later, I get an update from them thanking me over and over and over about how amazing it was that their house, immediately after I did the cleansing, they could feel the difference in the air. The family moved back into the home 1 week later. The husband and the wife, who were no longer even sharing a bedroom because the activity, and they were so scared, they ended up going back back into their room together. Their marriage was on the mend. She got pregnant. They just had a newborn baby. She's like 3 months old. And they've never had any activity since. So, first of all, I'm not a freaking demonologist. So, if they were truly demons, nothing that I did would have got rid of them. But this guy was determined it was. So, I called him out and I said, look, I had a client and you, I guess, helped her before. You're the guy that did the tours. Oh, and let me put in one other point. When he went to go do the investigation of her home with his team, come to find out, this team was two of the people who paid to go on his ghost tour that day. Not seasoned investigators, not, hey, do you know what you're doing, or anything like that. Two people he met on his tour and said, hey, you want to come and help me out here? This was the team. So each of them had different ideas of what might help. One of the guys, I'm hoping he's going to make it into the show. So Nathaniel, if you get here, let me put up the link again just for anybody who wants to join in. Join in, and I want you to be able to tell your side. But I'm telling you, like, I have heard some of the most absolutely disgusting, vile things about this guy over the last 24 hours, that we had to do this emergency show. So it got a little worse. So, I'm going to let you kind of take it. So I did the live stream yesterday talking about Monday's show, and we talked actually about a few people in the paranormal that we were going to do an exposing show on it. Did not mention any names, but as I always say, every time it makes no difference, because every time we just put things out there like this, like, hey, you know who you are. Oh, they know who they are, all right. because last night he decided, after the live stream, he saw it and he decided to go and leave
Go
me
after.
some
Yeah.
nice things, and changes
Oh
his
yeah.
thoughts. So you take it from there when you see him in there. We've decided at this point that we weren't going to go
Okay.
on the
Yeah.
investigation.
All right. So you guys need to stick around on this one. So yesterday I was in Turlock at a jewelry show for my wife and stuff, and I got a message early morning from this guy. Um, I got a message from this guy, and I'm not friends with him or whatsoever. He goes, "Hey, I'm going to be out at this place. I can't wait to meet you and Christina. I hear you and Christina she does jewelry," and I'm like, "What? It's my wife that does jewelry." Blah 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 blah. He goes, I said, "Look, I look forward to meeting you because you know a lot of people, they don't really like you, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I make my own decisions on who I hang out with. So, it's or investigate with." So we finally go out to the jewelry show and we're out there all day long. And I thought he had a booth because he was telling me that he was a psychic. And I thought he was telling me, and maybe I read it wrong, that he had a booth, that he was gonna he was gonna be a psychic out there and whatever. So I was looking for him. Now I don't know if those are exact words, but I assume what he was telling me, he had a booth. So about 3:30 in the afternoon, no, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I go live because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was bored at this show. It was hot, and I thought I'd go live, and I'm like, try just talking to everybody what I normally do, just blah blah blah. And next thing you know, I'm talking to Christina, and Christina's we're just jabbering back and forth. Well, the next thing you know, I said, look, I got to go back inside, and I'm jumping around to get to the point. So I finally get back inside into this jewelry show at the fairgrounds in Turlock. And I'm finally about 4:15. This guy comes up to me after I got done talking to a young female next to us. He goes, "Hey, I didn't want to interrupt you." And he goes, "I'm Ryan." I go, "Hey, nice to meet you, Ryan." Whatever I said, how I normally treat people. He goes, "Well, I didn't want to
Right.
interrupt. I didn't want to, because I'm like, okay, cool. Finally, nice to meet you. How you doing?" We were chopping it up like normal people, but we talked for approximately 10 to 12 minutes. Honestly, 10 to 12 minutes. And in that 10 to 12 minutes, he threw so many people under the bus. He went from Devin to Ellen to Tammy to Dave Miller to Stephanie and Kim that run paranormal investigations in Brentwood and such.
Right.
This guy opened up to me like a can of worms, like I was begging him for information. He was opening up to everything, telling me stuff. And I said to him, I go, look, I have never investigated a lot of these people. I have no idea. But you know what? He was talking really bad about Ellen. And I said, look, I've only met Ellen one time. And you know what? That was it. I have no judgmental on anybody at all. So I said to him, I said, look, you know what? I have not met you before, but a lot of people talk about you. But I'm giving you I didn't say I'm giving you a chance. I said, I'm just going to make my own decision on people. I thought he was a nice guy. The guy was eating out of the palm of my hand. He was nice. He was this. He was that. Then he got done telling me about an investigation. He was getting mad at me. He goes, well, aren't you going to investigate with me tonight? I goes, because I know your show for Ghost Adventures on and all this stuff, because that came out last night as a repeat. I said, no, we can't. I'm in flip flops. I'm in this, we're hot. We're tired. And I don't know if he got mad, but his demeanor changed just a slight. I said, no, we're not going to make it out there. So then the next thing you know, he goes, well, he was telling me all this secrets. Like at this place in Turlock, at this ranch, I don't know what it's called. There are signs on everything, whatever it is, whatever signs are, like
I
you
think
can't,
it's the farmhouse that he was telling us about.
about the farmhouse. So he told me that he took down signs off the farmhouse because you're not allowed to I don't want to say investigation, but it was like, I told you this morning what it said. What it's like a sign that it's been uh oh,
Condemned.
condemned.
It was
Yes,
condemned.
condemned. So he's telling me, oh yeah, I took the things down. It's a condemned building. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what the heck is this guy doing? He's just giving me all this information. Not that I was there to play detective. I was there for a jewelry show. So this guy was just opening up to me. Finally, I said, look, man, I got to get going. I got to go outside. So I went outside, just to be honest with you, because he was just making me upset. He was talking about people that I've so-called that are my friends now, from that I finally got to meet, the Tammys,
Right.
the Ellens, the Devins, the Dave Millers, and he was actually nice up to you. He's talking good about you,
Till
and
today.
until today. So then I woke up this morning. I woke up this morning, thought everything was cool. I gave him a benefit of the doubt. I made my own decisions, etc. The next thing you know, I get a message saying that he has blasted me on Facebook that I am addicted to drugs, that I fake my stuff on Ghost Adventures. I have been basically that I was in the plot, in the plot of being with you yesterday, Miss Christina George, that I was all planning this out, that when you were going to blast him or whatever you were going to do, that I was part of it. And that is why I didn't want to go to the farmhouse last night. Had nothing to do with anything. I was at a jewelry show all day long. So I woke up this morning, and you know what? I left him a message. I called him and left a recording. And then he makes up more lies that I've threatened him, that I threatened him, which, if you have my recording, it is not a threat. There's no threats. It was actually, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was making my own decisions on how he was going to be my paranormal whatever. And I was using my own, like, I'll give you a chance. I'm not going to listen to other people. As I say, I make my own footprints in the sand. I'm not a follower. But after he said a lot of stuff, I was done with this guy, clear hands. And I don't know if you have that recording, but he made it known that I was threatening him, etc., when the recording had nothing to do with any kind of threats whatsoever. So what really got me upset was he blasted my name, that I'm addicted to drugs, which I don't need to tell you. Look, everybody, guess what? I don't do drugs. Okay, let's just leave it at that. I'm not a drug person. I'm a positive person every single morning for you guys. I don't do drugs. Leave it at that.
But you're a drug addict,
But for him to spread that, I know he's listening right now. He has one of those fake names. His name is probably Michael Douchebag Dirtbag. And if you're listening right now, brother, let me just tell you something right now. By you saying that I'm addicted to drugs, guess what that is? Take a guess what that's called. You have blasted my name out there, and I swear to you very kindly, if I have to, I'm going to sue you for doing that. Unless you just admit that you met me for 10 minutes. And for you to say that I'm on drugs and I do drugs, what is the word I'm looking for, Christina?
Oh, that's definitely defamation.
Defamation of character. Let me tell you something.
And slander as well. I mean, it's a lot of.
If I lose one, because I enjoy speaking and positive energy in paranormal shows and cons. If I lose one person that says, look, I'm not going to let you speak because I heard that you do drugs, I'm going to sue your ass. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to let you know if somebody says that I can't speak because of your big mouth and you spreading rumors, be the first to know I got enough money to get me a good lawyer, and I swear you'll never do a paranormal investigation within 1,000 miles of my home. Boom.
Well, I just want to bring something up real quick. We've got Nathaniel in the lobby, so we're going to bring him on too here real quick. But I just want to say that Ryan does know that this show is going on, because literally right after I posted it and I tagged everybody that I knew knows him or that's on his page, I was tagging all these people that I literally saw was on his page. So yeah. I knew he would see it. It's not, and it's public. Good. It's not like it's hidden. So, he could see it. I know he's watching, because immediately after I posted this, he called Nathaniel, and from blocked number. But mind you, like, this guy knows him. Like, he's talked to him. He knows his voice. It's like if I call you from a blocked number, you're still going to know what my voice is. And with a threat that we better not do the show tonight, and that nothing better be said about him, or that actually something can happen to Nathaniel. He would try to ruin all of us, and that he would sue me. I don't know why everybody wants to sue me, but shit, go for it. One of the differences between, slander and defamation, first of all, the person has to be saying something that is not true. Believe me, with all the years of the haters and people threatening to sue me, I have had more attorneys tell me the exact same thing till I could just go turn blue. So it has to be something that is said that is untrue. And you have to have provable loss of income due to it, right? Because people can have opinions. I could say that he's, you know, a crazy stalker that might, you know, kill somebody someday, in
Yeah.
my opinion. As a journalist, I can say in my opinion all day long, and I am completely covered as a journalist because it's my opinion. I'm not stating it as fact. What I do on my show, though, is I state facts. I have everything to pay, you know, to say show exactly what I'm saying is true. Ryan and I had a long conversation. I made it clear of everything with him. He went back and forth with me, you know, about this person absolutely was had demons, and he knew this, right? Now, first of all, he's a psychic, but he needs a spirit box. And don't even get me started. Don't get me started on that shit again. If you are a psychic, you should not need a damn spirit box to tell you what the spirits are telling you. There's true psychic medium. You should be able to connect. It's not like, you know, it's like me calling on the telephone, you know, to have somebody else tell you
Yeah. Yeah.
what I need, and I'm standing next to you. Stupid as hell. So it drives me crazy. Second of all, he says that he's got all of his proof, and that shows is demonic, also off of that, and that he read a photo which then was accurate, and so that's how he knew it was all satanic and it was all, you know, demonic and blah 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 blah. We're gonna stop there because I got to bring Nathaniel in, because I'll tell you, you and I, we just met this guy, right? You know, like we just started to find out about him. Again, I always just try to like make my own judgment and not listen
It,
to people's personal reasons. But
exactly.
everything that I've learned from
Oh no.
everybody that's come forward,
Yeah.
there's no way that I can go forward, especially with the stuff that I found out that he's done, not only to this guy, but, you know, desecrated graves, and is homophobic, and, you know, makes racial, you know, comments and slurs to people, and their friends, and, you know, just some of the worst stuff you could possibly think of, like, I'm finding out. So yeah, I had to do this for sure.
Oh no, it had to be. No, you know what? If you weren't going to do it, I was going to do it. And I don't mean that rude towards you, disrespectful. The fact that my name was out there saying that I'm addicted to drugs or do drugs or whatever he said. Now I don't remember. You know, it was either going to be you or me. And you know, for me to just say everybody's names that he talked about yesterday, I defended each one of you. I defended everybody that he said, from the Dave Miller to the Ellen to the Devin to Tammy, every from Stephanie to Kim. I defended everybody with a nod in my head, and I said, "Look, you know what? That's why I walked away from this cat. This guy is really wired, really wrong, and I feel sorry for the people that he takes money from to do investigations. You know, this has nothing to do with investigations. This has everything to do with this guy's trying to do, and that's destroy me or you. After he puts up a post yesterday, prior that, hey, watch George Shoplin on Ghost Adventures tonight at 6 o'clock, trying to be my best buddy in the whole world. We are far from buddies anymore. And you know what? I wish you had that recording, because the fact that he even wrote that down, that I threatened his ass, it was no threat
Oh,
there.
I've got the screenshot of that, and if you want to have Kara send me the audio link, I'll
Yeah,
play it on air. So
yeah.
yeah, for
No,
sure. I mean, again, we're not just putting this out, and I'm not just saying, oh, I'm just going to defend, you know, George, you know, and everything. No, I heard the message because he had it recorded. I heard the message. I know what it said, and it was nothing like what he said. He said that you threatened him,
it
you
was
know,
no.
and there was no threats. But then he's going to turn around and do exactly what he threatened,
Yeah.
or saying that what you did. I mean, it's just absolute bullshit. And guys, I know that there's so many comments coming in. There's no way I can even keep up on all them. I'm trying, so we'll try to do what we can. Um, I'm just gonna keep putting them up as they're rolling. There's too many. I'm so far behind. I can't even keep up with them. I do want to point out. I was seeing some things. Ellen said he's actually a teacher, which this is like, again, is just so mind blowing. People have said he has stolen money. They said that he has charged money and not paid the owners. I mean, I from what he posted, that that farmhouse, in his own words, he was saying that he was doing tours there off of permission of somebody who was basically just
No, I found out yesterday. No, he didn't get permission. He got permission from the guy that lives across the street or whatever it may be. And the guy has no right to even say, you can go in there, Ryan. The guy that I found this out from another source yesterday at the jewelry store, at the place we're at. I can't say her name because she's not here. But
right.
the fact is, she said, "Oh no, 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 he has no permission. He took down the papers. It shows condemned. That's one. Two, the person that because he got permission from the person across the street or whatever is because the guy, whoever it is, lives across the street or right in front of the ranch, whatever this damn thing is. So this guy is just dirty. And you know what? A lot of people are going to say, "Why do you guys do these shows?" You know why? It's about damn time that Christina George is the only one that I have the highest respect for that's willing enough, strong enough to go ahead and just start blasting people when it's not right. A lot of us just sit around and we take the bullshit from bullies or people that are just not right in this field. And you know what? I stand behind Christina George 100% because I'm not going to put up with it anymore. This guy needs to be stopped today. This guy needs to stop making money in the paranormal, making us all look nasty and bad when you have great people out there like the people that do it correctly. I'm going to say it. Devin and Ellen are perfect at what they do. They
Oh, they
offer
did a good one. That's I have to
they
definitely say that.
and Tammy does too. I haven't been on Tammy's yet, but you know, Devin and Ellen, they give you information about what's going on in the field. They give you information. And you know what? And I'm not looking. I'm going to say I'm not sucking up to you guys. I love you guys, but I'm just saying you guys do it right, and those are the people you need to take lessons from when you're going to host anything in the paranormal. They're top notch, A plus, and the fact that this guy was talking shit about both these people, man, I hope he comes on and denies everything he had to say. He was telling me that, oh yeah, I heard he said that I said about Tammy about being a demonologist or what.
No, that he said that you were telling him yesterday that Tammy, she's the one that claims everything that every place she goes is got demonic activity,
No,
and she
this guy is
said
full of
my face
shit.
too. So
God, I mean, this guy is just, you know what? He's created. I'm going to not, man, I'm not going to joke around because I'm really pissed off. I was going to come in with face paint and let him know that this is war. You know, it really is. I mean, this is as far as it's going to go. But you know
well,
what?
Stephanie says that he called her a pill popping alcoholic. He
Yeah.
said that he says everyone is. Ellen says he says everyone is on drugs. Ellen says Diana Jenner is another alias. So here we go. See, people they say she's got like 20 of them. So you can only imagine what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. So I'm not going to apologize, guys. Look, you know what? This is what I got to do real quick, Christina, is I love the paranormal. I love it, and you guys know it. And the fact that this guy could destroy me within like that of causing rumors or saying stuff, I'm sorry that I have to defend myself, and this is what I'm doing tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just for just for you, James Francis Wealth, why don't you get the fuck off of my stream? See, he's another butthurt troll because I
Bye.
exposed him and one of his friends. He's all butthurt, so he trolls every once in a while. So everybody in chat, say hello to James Francis Wells from the UK. The real asshole
Yeah,
doesn't know what he's talking about. Get the fuck
yeah.
off.
You know what? These people. You know what? That's what's flows. Just like this guy yesterday, Ryan. He was real sweet and nice, like a little girl in a flower field to me, right? But as soon as they get home and they get on these screens, blah 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 blah. This is how they do it. They have no idea. They have no idea. This is the stuff where a little kid goes, "Hey, you're a jerk," and starts running. Well, guess what? I see 3 people running now. You guys have no idea what you guys started. No idea.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I
Sorry.
mean,
I'm
again,
sorry. I'm so. I'm
it's
so pissed off. I'm so sorry. I'm so upset.
it's all right. It's all right. Okay, James, I'm whatever you want me to be, buddy. How about that? Um, I gotta love people sometimes, but all right. Anyway, let's see. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's bring Nathaniel on real quick.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, Nathaniel, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. And, before we start any further, I do want to say Nathaniel is an Army vet. I want to thank you for your services. I told you before, my whole family is military, and including my younger brother. So I appreciate your service and your dedication.
I
Thank you, man.
ditto that. I ditto that too, sir. Thank you for your time and your service, sir.
Thank you too, sir. It's a two-way street.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for having, the courage to come and come forward and contact me. And it was funny because right after you sent me a friend request to contact me, like literally, it was right after that on Brian's page, on his tour page, he made this whole huge post that mentioned you, about how you were a fraud and you were a liar, and just, I mean, you want to talk about slander, a whole lot of things. And when I spoke to you and got, your side, wow, what a whole different take this is on it. And that's why I thought it was so important, because you knew him, and I want you to talk about how you met him. I want you to talk about, the case that I ended up, the demonic case in Sherlock, you guys, that you helped with him with, how that all transpired, about your camera, and just any other information you can provide to tell us about who this Ryan guy really is behind the scenes.
Met him through his ghost things, and we're hanging out with some mutual friends. And then he called me, said he's going to do a demonic tour if I could come and check it out with him. Because I went there and got orbs, some EVPs, and did a second tour. And then the other guy, Gabriel, who came from Sacramento, I think he went to the Catholic Church, and Ryan went with him. Apparently, Ryan tried to kiss him in the church parking lot, and that's why Gabriel wants nothing to do with him. He's like, he's not gay, but he has a wife and kids. He just wants to get holy water, and Ryan tried to kiss him, and Ryan said it was me.
Now, but didn't he portray this story as this story happened with you and you tried to kiss him? And I mean, where did that come from? Because again, it seems like he just says so many stories that he forgets what he says, and he just pulls from all the different stories and tries to put something back together, until somebody says, "Hey, hold on. Last time you said it was this way." So,
Yeah, I mean, he took my camera, my memory card, and said because Stoner stole from one of his tours, he's going to steal from me to make it even. And I said, just because I do medical cannabis doesn't mean I'm a thief. And then he started saying racial slurs, and I had no contact with him for over 2 years. And then he sent me a message on LinkedIn asking for more information on the house, which I sent you a screenshot of because he wanted to be
yes.
on a TV show, The Haunted or The Haunted for Destination America. And I thought I'd get my camera back. No, never got it back. Nothing but racial slurs, and he said that I grabbed his crotch and made out with him while my girlfriend and 8 other people were in the same room. I'm like, that never happened.
I have a question real quick. I've only met the guy for like 10 minutes yesterday. I met him for 10 minutes, right? First time I've ever met him. What do you think? Maybe he's just wired different? Is there something that you think maybe he's just wired different? Because it sounds like there's more people are more coming out. You're finding out more information about this guy. Do you just feel that he's just wired different? Something's wrong upstairs?
I think he likes the attention. He has no social skills.
Right.
Very
Right.
racist.
Right.
He told me to go back to Mexico, and I'm like, I was born in this country. I'm an American citizen.
Wow. It's just sad, man. I mean, what you're just telling me, I just feel that, like you've known him longer than anybody here, most likely. I had 10 minutes of his time, and I was giving him the benefit of the doubt yesterday because I want to investigate. I'll investigate anything in the world. I mean, it comes to paranormal. And Christina and I were going to go out and investigate with him, and then we just, we had some other stuff going on. I had a jewelry show and stuff like that. And I didn't let people, make my decision to let me know if I like him or not. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I met him yesterday. He turned out to be an okay guy with that 10 minutes. And then he just flipped. And he just went different on me. And I don't understand. So that's why I thought he's just kind of not all together.
Yeah, he's like, I told people for good EVPs, go to a scenic cemetery and you'll get Class A EVPs. I've gotten go away, leave us alone. I've gotten fuck you, which,
Right.
and he
Wow.
takes our people out there. I'm like, dude, it's not money making. You're supposed to, just a digital recorder, and that's all I use.
Wow.
Something else you were telling me was that about the spirit box, the equipment that he uses. That
It's
he
really
actually, we actually talked about this with about the ghost apps and the different ghost boxes, that they can be programmed in
yeah.
order to put out certain names or phrases or things like that. And you actually have knowledge that that's exactly what was going on. And why did he tell you he was doing that?
Make more money, get more people to stay longer. Like his little teddy bear is rigged to say names after so long, and his spirit box is rigged to say certain phrases. When I said, if you're a psychic, you don't need that. I just have a digital recorder. I had my camera. I'm just an empath. I just feel things.
Hey, I just read real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you. Stay on the line, sir. You're awesome. I'm just reading what people are writing. Did he actually urinate on gravestones? Is that what I'm reading?
Yes, at the cemetery, some witches buried some stuff for their loved one, and then he dug it up and said it was fake. And apparently, urinated on their headstones. And a bunch of clamper friends of mine are actually waiting for him out there. That's why he doesn't go to dinner.
Right.
They're
So,
also Hell's Angels.
Well, yeah, the clampers. My grandfather was the lead clamper chapter here in Napa, so I know all about the clampers. It's again, I don't understand, because I do know that he has been run out of a lot of locations for things that he has done, and what these businesses are saying. And it's not even hearsay, it's things he's posting himself. And then he always blames it on somebody else. Oh, this person kept calling and saying that I was doing this or I was doing that. And so now they won't listen to me or use me and blah, blah, blah. It's always somebody else's fault. Is that something that you saw during the time that you were friends as
Yeah,
well
blame.
with him?
Yeah, thought we were friends. Apparently, he just uses people, but he plays the victim card. If he doesn't get his way or you disagree, it's you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
Susan's house, for instance, I told him it's not demonic; it's just an angry spirit. He said, I smell like
right.
sulfur and I'm demonic because I'm not Christian or Catholic. I'm like, that has nothing to do with it. It's not demonic.
right, right.
That's on
And
my camera, and I quit talking to him for over 2 years.
and then as soon as it's time for him to want to get on a television series, he's well, he says, then now it's okay. Now he's going to see if you'll be his buddy and be a witness, because nobody else will come on, and he absolutely can't contact the owner, because the owner's definitely not going to give him anything good for a show. I'll tell you. I mean, again, I went there. I went like you. When I went in there, I did not pick up anything demonic whatsoever. So that was pretty. Uh, I mean, for to be honest, it was a pretty easy case to
Yeah,
do. I mean, but again, I've got a many years, doing this, so it's not like I'm new to the field. But he's got a very strange presence about him. So, he kept telling me things like, uh, anybody that's a witch, or anybody that, was into Santeria or all these other, types of religions, that they were all satanic. And that, we were talking about cleansings, and he said, your cleansing wouldn't work, on demonic stuff. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. It wouldn't have, but obviously it worked, so you had no damn demons there. And we were got into this conversation about cleansings. And when I want to investigate with somebody, or I'm thinking about it, I always like to kind of delve and in with them about how they investigate, like what their thought process is, where they are at, thinking. Because again, I don't do any provoking, and I don't investigate with people who do. I don't do Ouija boards, although I've got a lot of friends who do, and that's completely okay. They all know that if I'm on the investigation with you, oh, I'm surely not going to participate if you've got a Ouija board involved, because of things that have happened personally to me. But again, the biggest thing that I have a problem with is the lies that he starts spewing out as soon as somebody doesn't agree with him. Because when we were talking about cleansings, he said that with the cleansings, you have to have holy water, you have to go through and say prayers and blah blah blah. And I said no. I said I have a customized cleansing that I do based on what's going on, what might be their religious background, things like that. And he said, well, that wouldn't work. And I said, well, what do you do if you have a client that says atheist and they don't believe in God? How are you going to go sprinkle holy water around their house and it's going to make the, activity go away? And he said that they can't, that if they don't accept Jesus as their savior, they can never get rid of the demons, and like they're like demon magnets or some shit like that. So we started kind of having this debate back and forth, and he got very upset, and you could definitely tell, like, with each post that I didn't reply, he started, they changed, the verbiage changed, and how he was coming at me changed. And then again, he was still talking nice about me yesterday to George until he saw the live stream. And again, I didn't mention anybody's name,
Yeah.
nobody's. So what I've always said, when usually the people I'm talking about are usually the ones that come and troll my page and my shows, and they're the first ones to say something. And look, if the shoe fits, wear it. That's it.
There's 41. I'm looking at how many people are listening right now. To those 41 people, 44 jumping around, now 47. Look, at the one thing is actually forget about everything else for just a moment. I want you guys to understand that this guy urinated in a cemetery on someone's grave.
And dug,
That
no, and
okay,
not only that, but he dug up the items that were buried around there for religious belief. When
right.
this person was buried, because he does not believe in witchcraft or anything like that, he literally went and dug it up and then urinated on the gravestone, because he has a problem not only with anybody who's not Christian,
Right.
anybody that is not same color as him, and the same, and is not completely straight, because he's put out homophobic slurs. In fact, when he was referencing to Nathaniel today, he said, "Oh, and his last name rhymes with the first two syllables of Homo sapien."
Man.
Like, what the fuck is that? I mean, again, like, people, we really have to start doing a little bit more research on the people that we decide to investigate, bring
Yeah.
into our homes, bring
Yeah.
into our circles of our friends, our families. Like, this is why I do the show. I don't do shows just for the drama, because if
Yeah.
that's the case, I could start a whole new show that would just be about calling people out in drama, and I would have a number one hit show. I don't give a shit about the drama. What
Right.
I give a shit about, and he posted something saying that my show is a paranormal Jerry Springer, because you never know what we might talk about on the show, that I was talking about selling dirty underwear, sex robots, and dildos. And absolutely, I was. Some shows, that's just how it goes, and that's where the topic leads me. But,
Right.
regardless, that doesn't make me any less credible. It doesn't make me any less of a show. It just means that I take a stand on certain things. If you are oh, he said, oh, she did a show crying about, oh, somebody sent me an unsolicited dick pic, paranormal investigator. Oh, somebody's a paranormal pedophile. Oh, why are we talking about things like this? Because that's what we need to be talking about. That's what people need to know about. I don't care about people's personal drama. I don't care about all of that. I care about who we are putting ourselves around. And
Right.
like I said, this guy's got a criminal record. This guy, has been banned out of many locations for stealing. He Nathaniel's already told us he stole his camera, and literally told him, "Hey, somebody
Well,
stole from me on one investigation. Now I stole from you." Where basically, and if you're going to, be my witness, so I get famous on TV, then I will give you your camera back.
Stephanie just, I don't mean to interrupt this gentleman right here. And I'm not trying to take time away from you because thank you for even showing up tonight. But Stephanie just said, I don't know her last name. I'm sorry, Stephanie, that he stole stuff from her too. Stole the camera or equipment, whatever she said. But again, one more time, there's 41 people. I cannot tell you what to do. I will not do that. But if this is a guy that's taking money for paranormal investigations and he's the same guy that's peeing in a cemetery, I can't tell you what to do. It's your decision. I think that you should rethink your thoughts. rethink your thoughts, and take the money that you have and go out to dinner. It's up to you. Don't let this. I'm not gonna. That's all I'm saying. He's not a paranormal investigator. Period.
No, people need, again, this is why I bring these up. And for the people, we've got 41 on now, but as the hours go on and the stream gets over, I want everybody that's already here in the chat room, share this video. Share it on your
Yes.
page, share it on your group pages, share it with your friends, share it with everybody and ask them to share it as well. Again, we got to get the information out when we come and we're able to not just, again, don't start messaging me because you don't like somebody and you want to give me all the dirt on them. That's not what I'm looking for.
Nope.
But if you are doing some disgusting things and you should not even be in our field, please believe I don't give a shit if you threaten to sue me. Come out. I will send you my address and you can send me the papers. I'll be waiting at any time. Definitely threatening violence or injury on anybody, you can go to jail for, dumbass. I mean, it's just, and even if you block your number, the police have ways of tracing it back. I mean, just don't be so stupid. I mean, I just don't understand all of this that goes on. But again, if I do find out that you are somebody like this in the field, please believe you will be the topic of my show. And if you really want attention, I'm definitely the one to come after because I'll get the information out for you. You might not like the repercussions. It's ran a few people out of the field and put a few people in jail. So, whatever. I mean, this is what it's about. It's about helping people. And, I've got a lot of friends throughout, the paranormal community. And I think that they need to know. And it seems like every time we find one of these douchebags, I've got like thousands of freaking friends included, in common with them. So again, a lot of us don't interact with a lot of the people who are on our pages. So it's very easy to not know what's going on in their life or what's happening unless you're watching their page or getting notifications. So, Nathaniel, again, I appreciate you coming on and, talking about this. I mean, is there anything else that you can think of that, anybody who's thinking about going on one of his tours or investigating with him or being invited to do, this is what's great. I just got to go back. I'm going to regress for just a second. But didn't you say that he called you up and said, hey, do you want to go on this demonic tour?
Yeah, in Turlock. He's like, you're from Denair. Turlock's right down the road. You want to come for free and investigate since you're an empath? And now I have a camera and I did the recorder the first time and I got EVPs and saw orb lights. And then
you met him though on one of his previous tours, correct?
Yes.
So did you tell him, hey, I'm a paranormal investigator, or I've
been doing it on my own for years, just a digital recorder or an old cassette recorder from the 90s.
That's what I'm talking about. That's old school right there, baby. Love it. I'll investigate with you any time of the day, sir. Anytime.
I know some.
Well, absolutely, you must be in our area, so we will definitely, we'll all have to get together and do some investigating again, make our circles broader, just with better people. So.
Yep, absolutely.
So, is there anything else you'd like to, again, to warn people or tell people about him?
This about the animal sacrifice he did one time.
Oh, come on! Whoa!
We can't just gloss past that. All right, we got to talk about this now.
We're at the cemetery in Phoenix, and he wanted to summon a demon to see if witchcraft was real, and a bunch of us walked away because it was a little kitten, and then like a lot of people quit talking to him because of that.
No. Hold on.
Christian man that everybody's demonic. He wanted to summons a demon
at the cemetery at the witching hour on Scenic Road in Modesto by the mausoleum.
So did he actually kill? Wait, hold on. Did he actually sacrifice a kitten?
Yes.
You know what? This guy's a piece of shit.
You're out of here, dude. Oh my god. Again, people, this is why we need to share this information. If any other show, if you never come back to listen to another one of our shows, at least share this one.
I am so pissed.
Want to investigate. And I mean, George, look, both you and I were suckered in. I mean, I did say I kind of had a weird feeling about him that I was picking up, but I wanted to meet him in person
Me
before.
too.
I thought
Me too.
maybe it was just I was picking up on all of the vibes everybody messaging me was telling me. So I wanted to make that, decision on my own meeting him. But
Me too.
again, I think a lot of people, can just kind of make themselves into anything they think we want them to be. Because unless you really know a person on a personal level and you actually spend time with them, it's very easy to fake the funk. You say you do anything, and who's going to question you, So, wow. Okay. So now we've got animal sacrifice from Mr. Christian that you can't, oh God. Okay.
Because he
What
was
else?
I,
for real. I'm just like, well, I'm out of here. And then he contacted me a couple years later about being on the hunt this and the Destination America to be famous. And I sent you screenshots of that through LinkedIn.
wow.
So it does sound like he's just, he's on this, wants to have fame and recognition or eventually be on TV. So it's really not about helping people. Now, how many times, or how many cases since you've known him have you known for him to say that a case or deem that a case is demonic?
Everything's demonic to him. There's no bad spirit or good spirit. There's always demonic, no matter what.
Now, have you ever heard or seen him provoke?
Yes, he does. He says a lot of bad words and sometimes racial slurs to provoke entities.
Because okay, so after this show, I'm going to post up the screenshots of what this douchebag is saying about how, like, if you listen to his screenshot, it's nothing like what we're hearing right now. So I'm definitely going to put this stuff up. I'm sorry, this is just like blowing me away. And I see you say he's a nobody, and he absolutely may be a nobody. But I think that sometimes that's the problem, is that's how they stay under the radar. Because when you try to be in the public eye, you are definitely in the public eye. And if somebody doesn't like you, they will become the deepest investigator you could ever find in your life. So when you become public, you have to really just embrace anything that you may have done in your past, because if it's out there, it's probably going to come out. I've had people try to expose me. I've had people make shit up about me. I've had it all. It is what it is. But again, I don't think that he really realizes that when you really start pissing off certain people, like, this maybe really at this point can trickle down, because we may not be able to stop the guy from investigating, but we sure as hell can band together and stop, try to stop these tours from happening, talk to these, owners of these locations. I do understand, a lot of people told me that those areas where he's doing it, it's all about the money. So as long as he's booking tours, they will have him there. But maybe the other thing is that's where we go and we start, not going to his tours and telling our friends, make sure our friends know not to go to these tours. This is who this guy is. And eventually, if he has nobody to take on his tours, and that's why he was so pissed today, I think, because he said, we ruined his whole night yesterday with my live stream. Um, and that he went to do his tour last night and nobody showed up. And a client that he had won't call him back. So the guy's had a rough day, and I'm sure
Oh,
after he sees this, it's going to be much worse.
I tell you what, everybody should. I don't know the name of his thingamajigger. Go to his page, check out his calendar, and go ahead and just, you know what? Now you know where you can visit him. Maybe say hello to him, shake his hand, tell him thank you, get his autograph, whatever you want. Bring him some food. He's a really good guy. So check out his calendar. Find out where he's going to be at, and because I can't wait. I'm actually going to get
Well,
his.
I did find out that we are banned. Now you remember how I deal with that
Yep.
word, right?
Yeah.
We are banned from his tours. So what would stop us from just signing up as other people and just showing up as a pack? And if we're paying customers, like, what's he gonna do? He doesn't, all get some picket signs out, and I'll follow him all the way down the street picketing, and I'll
Yep.
put it on live stream. I mean, he
Yep.
has no idea the funny, crazy things I think of. So
Well, there's two things that this gentleman brought to our attention, and I can't stress enough, sir. If he calls you and threatens you, You need to go ahead and write this down on a piece of paper and keep notes on it the day, because if he does call you. The two things that really made me sick inside right now is him urinating on the tombstones, and second, the fact that you just told us that he sacrificed a kitten
To
at a
see if demons.
cemetery. I don't care where he did it. Two things right there are completely foul, and this guy needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped.
Yes,
I
sir.
agree.
Yeah. Damn.
I
I'm
agree.
so like I can't believe this, man.
This is
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Again, I know we've got Eric Cooper. He is patiently waiting to join in. So, hold on just a second.
Sorry, Billy. Billy Sims, if you're talking to me, I don't know if you're talking to me. Deep breath, brother. I hope you're talking to me. I don't know. You could be him too, but it's tough, man. When you take this paranormal so serious, and you know, and you're supposed to be doing what you do, and then you get somebody that's just really not doing it right or doing something that's foul. How can it not make you sick to your stomach?
He does it for money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So, is there anything I dare to ask, but is there anything else we need to know? Is like it keeps getting worse and worse. Like,
He's got more stories than a library, literally. But he doesn't know he'll make up.
Well, you know, yesterday he showed me. He real quick. He showed me evidence off his phone. I forgot to tell you that, and it was pictures of. He didn't have evidence. He took pictures off of somebody else's phone for evidence. I don't know if that makes any sense. Where he'd show me, oh yeah, that's a screenshot of someone else's phone. Look at this. He had nothing that was actually his. But I don't know, man. I'm just, you
well,
know what?
hold on.
I'm
So, Valdez just posted up says he's a substitute teacher, and we have posts about how bad he talks about kids, including those with ADHD and disabilities. I mean, again, it doesn't like now we're killing kittens and we're talking about disabled children. Like, doesn't get any worse, people. Like, really, again, is this who you want to support? And I mean, if this is who you want to support, great. But you know what? Like, it really makes me rethink about people, because I do pay attention and I do watch and I do see who stays and who goes and why. I never tell anybody who to be friends with, but please believe I will delete a person in a heartbeat because I don't got time for people who think that that's okay. I just don't. This is just disgusting. So,
yeah.
absolutely.
Where do you live at? If you could, well, you may not want to say where you live. That's understandable. Are you near that area, like
Yeah,
Turlock and all that?
yeah.
We got to get together, and I'm serious. You know, we'll get off. I don't know your last name, but go ahead and
I'll
friend
connect you
me.
guys on. I'll connect you on Facebook when we get done. I'll send you the link.
All right, fair. All right,
Right on.
Yeah,
right
let's
on, brother.
definitely get together and we'll do an investigation somewhere and let's show people what good investigators can do and everything doesn't have to be demonic and we can pull together and we don't have to fight about everything, but we welcome you into our circle. And again, thank you so much for not only your service but for coming tonight and helping us out with this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for your service, and I appreciate you a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, let me see. Okay, now hold on, I'm gonna have to refresh because
I have
I've
to
got
go.
some.
I'm going to be honest. I have to go to the restroom real quick.
Okay,
I
you
do.
go and I'm gonna wait, and then when you get back, then I'm gonna
Okay, give
refresh.
me a second.
All right. So while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and put up some more. I could hear him in the background. You guys hear? I'm gonna put up some more of your guys' comments. If you have questions, um, oh, Yolanda says he said much more about Nathan. Oh yeah, he said a lot. I mean, again, it seems like pretty much anybody that doesn't agree with him. But I'll tell you, I'm a little shocked because he claims that, well, in some of his posts, he claims he's a demonologist and all of his cases seem to be demonic, but that he can never get any of the clergy or priests or anybody to take him serious. Go figure. So uh, now he says he's not a demonologist, but nobody will help him. He doesn't know what to do. Elizabeth, he has more than 2 pages. He's got multiple. And for everybody's out there, also put up the central, I think it's like Central Valley Paranormal Investigating or Tours or some shit like that. Put it up so
Hey, sorry about that.
no problem. Hey, Michael, coming from
Ah,
Louisiana. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Whew,
And
had it.
Eric, if you, I just saw something. If you in there, log out of the lobby and log back in because your picture's not showing up anymore unless you have camera off, and then I will bring you in. All right. Let's see. Under Privy and Ayers, yes. And then again, he's got the group for the tours page as well. All right, hold on. I'm going to refresh. It's going to drop me out, and then I'll be right back with our next guest.
Am I still live?
Yep.
Oh, cool. All right, guys. You know what? Seriously, thank you so much. And like I said earlier, I want to say, you know what? I know some of you really don't like these type of shows, and I get it. There's some of the shows I truly get it, but this is really disturbing tonight. What this guy's doing, and I want to let you guys know that I'm not trying to start. We're not trying to start drama, any type of anything, guys. But the fact is, to wake up this morning, and he told the world, Facebook world, that I am addicted to drugs, or I do drugs, or I do drugs, and it really affected me. Where it made me upset, and so this is why it all started. Oh, hi, Christina's show. Welcome to.
And I'm self-conscious. I'm self-conscious about myself because
Why?
that's what he said, right?
Oh God, he did. He said, no. What he said about you was that you only go after pretty women on these shows because self-conscious. That you just, but most of the shows are not usually on women. Women are pretty straight across the board easy. But the guys, we don't go after like sharks or piranhas. But this guy
We've
is, you know
exposed a
what?
few of them, yeah. Like he's so
Yeah,
way
but
off. Like it doesn't even like what he says makes no sense,
no sense. No sense.
whatsoever. So
Well, I feel a lot better, and I didn't mean that like it. I feel a lot better. I was able to do this with you tonight. I really am because I was upset most of the day, and the fact that now he sacrificed a kitten and pee. I keep on bringing it up in case you missed it. Urinated at a graveyard on some stones. You know, come on.
and that's bad enough, but like I said, the fact that you would bury up, I mean, dig up, religious artifacts that the family left at the graveside
And
only
took it home.
because they were witches and took that and then peed on the grave. Like again, it's just the levels of disgust that I have right now is just off the charts. But I'm going to bring on our next guest. Again, if anybody wants to join, let me put up the link one more time for everybody. And you are, oh, that's why it didn't go up because I was in the wrong page.
Hey,
And if you guys want to join us, feel free to do so.
thank you for the show tonight, Miss Christina George.
Oh, well, you too. You're one helping. All right, so I'm going to bring my next guest on, and then I will post up the link for everybody.
Sounds good.
All right, we've got Eric Cooper from Forest Moon Paranormal out in Concrete, Washington. Hello, hello. Before we start, I will be out in Concrete, Washington, along with George, my little co-host. We are going to be out there to cover the Paracon, and I will be a speaker there. Definitely, it will be up on the site. I will be pushing it on all of the shows up through the September 22nd, right, Eric?
September 22nd, indeed.
Absolutely. We're gonna be there. We'll be doing live streams from there. An amazing like little ghost town that is so active. I couldn't wait to get back. This is gonna be an amazing time. But
It's
I heard you had some runarounds with our topic of tonight as well, Mr. Privy.
well, I've never met the guy personally. I just know I've had run-ins with him on posts here and there that I'm a demonologist and I'm this and that, and we get into it every time I see his posts because I'm sorry, and you know me, I don't care about tours. I don't do tours. We're the emergency response team. That's how we handle the paranormal.
Right.
Using mediums, using the astral team. We are only emergency response. So yeah, and like I said in the chat earlier, and as a witch, I find it offensive as hell that the guy would even really. you're religious bashing using the paranormal in a sense. And no, I mean it's and then you're sacrificing kittens too. Oh hell no. And yeah, I want to say
Well,
real quick, as a veteran from one vet to another, thank you for your service, Nathaniel. I know he's gone. I was hoping he'd still be on your show when I came on, but
oh, it's all
uh,
right. He's still watching the stream, so he's definitely will
right.
will hear for sure. But yeah, I agree. What are your thoughts? First of all, of hearing this again, I know that your group, you've got all different backgrounds, but when we talk about witches and doing things like that, you're one of the first people that I would go to for advice, and his putting out posts that anybody who's a witch or does anything like this is satanic and they're only bringing in demonic spirits. What do you
Well,
have to say about
you know
that?
what? Let me. So demons, demons are real. I agree, but not everything's a damn demon.
Right.
And,
Right.
pissed off spirits can do the same signs that a demon can. Oh my God, I see it all the time. Oh my God, I got scratched with three. It's a symbol of three. No, you know what? That's pissed off spirit. A true demon attacks internally. A true demon will actually make you commit suicide. There are lower elements, there are lower level demons, but if you really want to get technical, the Christian religion and the Islamic religion are the two main religions that believe in demon possession and demons. Well, and Catholics. But I kind of label them all Judaism. Judaic religions are the ones that really push demonology. You don't have to be Christian. You don't have to be Catholic. You don't need to do an exorcism. Our team removes demons all the time when we do get the rare, true demonic case. So, that's. I made the comment in the chat earlier that I don't really believe in demonologists per se because of that fact. Because those, again, it's Islam and Judaism that push demonology. Those are the two main ones.
Well, what are your
Wow.
thoughts on him, doing a sacrifice in order to see if witchcraft is real and try to summon the demon? What a
I'm sorry, and
dumbass.
I hate to inform him, but witches and pagans don't sacrifice animals. We're a nature-loving belief system, with the exception of the warrior path. But even the warrior path does not sacrifice. So he needs to go educate himself on what
Oh, he
witches
Yeah.
really
definitely
are.
does. He definitely does. I mean, we got into a huge debate, just about cleansings and things. And I mean, he says he's been in the field for 6 years. From what I understand, it hasn't been that long. But I mean, regardless, to be absolutely honest, for most of us who have been in here for a very, very long time, those are still very novice investigators and still learning a lot of things.
Any team, and I'm going to piss some people off, but that's okay. Any team that's been in this field for under 10 years, me as a newbie.
Right.
Because
I
Absolutely.
mean,
to be honest with you, how many cases does your average team go on? And my kids are watching TV, but how many cases do you know of that your average team goes on in a year? With the exception of, okay, so we have, and don't get offended, but we do a ghost tour. Okay, woo, yeah, have fun with the ghost tour.
Right.
How many of your public that you take on this ghost tour come back with attachments because you didn't teach them paranormal protection? And then you get the ones paranormal protection. What's that? We don't need to protect ourselves. Yeah, actually, you do. We teach it
Right.
all the time.
well, it's funny you brought that up because I just saw on one of his tours a lady was saying, "Oh, do you do a cleansing or any kind of prayer protection before and after the investigation?"
Right?
And she says, "Because I've got attachments before, so I want to know how you do things." And he says, "Well, I always do it after. You never want to do a prayer or anything like that before an investigation because that will interrupt the connection
The
for
boy's
me."
ignorant.
I'm like, so what? So now you can't say a prayer before, you can't be protected. That's the only way you can connect. You can't obviously see spirits, but you can read you do psychic readings off of a picture, which again, some people, that's how their abilities are, so that's okay. But
Right.
if that's the case, then you say, oh, I am a psychic who can read energy off of pictures. You don't say I'm a psychic medium as if, oh, I can go and find where demons are, or if you've got a ghost or a demon in the house. Like, don't misrepresent yourself. That's a thing. And again, how are you going to sit there? I know everybody has their own way of doing things, and I'm okay with that. I respect that. Everybody has their own ways. And I think that even some of us old timers have been in it for a long time. We can learn things from the new people, and the new people can learn a whole lot from us because we had to learn it the hard way. But again, you get a lot of people who are newbies in the field, and they feel they know it all and they've
But
got all the answers. And every case he has is demonic. I have been in this damn field most of my life, and I have not found a real demon yet.
right.
Although I
No,
think I may have been close.
Well, can I just say first, sir, thank you for your service. I want to make sure I got that out there really quick. If it wasn't for
of
you
course,
fighting, if you weren't fighting for us, I wouldn't have the freedom that I have today. So thank you so much. Um,
not a
what I
problem.
what I want to say is like we're all rookies. Every location that we go into is a new location. So every
Hmm.
location that we go into is always a different investigation. Does that make sense?
Right.
So it doesn't matter if we have 10 years, 7 years, or 30 years. All it is what's different is how we go about each location as a paranormal investigator because they're all different.
Well, and we deal with roughly 5 cases a day globally because we have a remote
Wow.
team
Wow.
we have a remote team that actually travels astrally. So we do cases in Ireland, UK, South Africa. It really doesn't matter the location because the team can get there astrally.
Right.
So at 5 cases a day, and we've been doing astral since about 2012.
Uh huh.
As a team, we've been active since about 2006, and we actually handled paranormal issues in Iraq. I had a UFO sighting in Iraq because to our team, the paranormal is UFOs, aliens, Bigfoot, spirits and hauntings. It's the whole spectrum.
Right.
I piss a lot of people off with that. No, UFOs are paranormal. Yeah, they are. They actually are.
Yeah, they
Um,
are.
you get that infighting all the time.
Right.
Um,
Wow.
but not everything's a demon, yeah. So you look at. I'm not. I don't want to call people out.
Yeah.
This show's enough, but there's TV shows. They actually came to our area and completely destroyed the client. They put the address out. These guys are getting hate mail from this TV show, and I, you know, and Christina and I have talked about this, over the last year about the issues and problems in the paranormal field. And I mean, oh my God.
Yeah. Man. No, I just feel like what you do and what's going on. I can't wait to meet you. I'll be going up there with Christina George in whatever amount of weeks. But
Okay,
you know
right
what?
on.
It's no, I think it's cool. I can't wait. But everything you say, I agree with you. Right now, I'm a student and you're the teacher, and everything so far that you said, I fully agree with you. Not everything's a demon. It's absolutely flawed. There's no way. But I'm listening to you as a student right now, and I appreciate you.
No, you know what? We learn something new every case we do. So anyone that
Right.
calls himself an expert, and I
No
get, I
such thing.
no, there is no such thing as an expert.
No such thing.
And
Right.
I get questioned because we call specific people on the team specialists because a
Right.
specialist focuses on one area. I've been in the UFO and abduction field for 24 years. I've been in
Wow.
the paranormal field for 28 in general.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but I learn something new all the time. And how can you be a specialist? Does that mean you know everything? No, actually, that's the expert. And there's no such thing as an expert in this field because it's the paranormal, which means
Right.
outside the human range, outside the range of science and society. So,
Right.
you know, we have a Bigfoot specialist who's been in the Bigfoot field for 35 years. Um, our Keith Andrews, you're going to meet him here in a few weeks, is our alien race specialist. He's been in the alien race field for, oh God, his entire life and some other lives. Um, so for anyone that's been in this field for what do you say, Christina? 6 years, if
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
If that.
and yeah, and like I said, anyone that's been in this field for under 10 years, in my opinion, is still a newbie. Um,
Absolutely.
because again, how many cases do you do in a year? If you do a
Right?
if you do a case a week,
That's
that's
52.
4 cases a month.
Right.
Uh, okay, wow. What did you
Right.
learn? And
Right.
you teach paranormal protection. You know, we have public classes that we teach all the time, and we do
Right.
everything for free. We have fundraisers. That's how we uh, finance ourselves essentially. Everyone brings their own equipment. Um, and we teach the public education. We do. It's very militaristic in that I do believe in training. So we train once a month on different classes. We have a lawyer. He talks paranormal and the law, legal aspects and whatnot. Um, so yeah, you have too many newbies in this field that and that's the other thing. Everything is science. No, it's really not, unless you're actually looking at scientific theory and formulating it that way. We have two scientists on our team, but we're
Right.
not here for science. We're here for the crisis side of it. That's the only
And to help
aspect
the
we look
people
at.
that are in need.
Well,
Absolutely.
what you said, what you just said makes total sense about, there's a lot of people getting into paranormal now because they're watching TV shows and stuff. All of a sudden they
Exactly.
follow these, they all of a sudden they put on a black shirt and a black hat and they're a paranormal investigator because they've been watching whatever show for
Oh,
5 weeks.
wait.
Yeah. Right.
Don't
And
forget the business cards. They got the cool little business cards,
exactly.
from Vistaprint for 9.99.
Exactly.
Um,
So, but you hit it. But you what you said is makes so much sense. There should be
Hold on, guys. Go
that
ahead.
might be the president. Um,
there's Ryan.
yeah, it's
No, that's
Ryan.
Ryan. He's calling.
But you made sense though. There should be some type of course, a class, because you can't watch TV shows and think that you're a paranormal investigator because even the guys on TV are doing it wrong. Because you have to remember, as you already know, they're getting paid to do what they're doing. It's all about money, you know.
Well,
So
you don't see the director in the background kicking the rock or pushing the door closed.
exactly, exactly.
That I'm sorry, that was the FBI. They said that I need a security detail now because my life has been threatened. I need
I'm
to be
on my
careful.
way. Actually, I have a sniper in California. I can put him on detail for you.
All right, I'm sure I can we can pull together a security team for me when I travel.
Yep.
Psych,
Um,
Mr.
but
Preview.
you know what?
I'm gonna be right at your tour. I think next. I've been watching the comments in the chat room, and I mean there is like I'm shocked at how many people are saying that we should go, and I really think that we should. Not to go to this tour, but I think that we should book some rooms there, and I think that we should just make ourselves known and what we know while he's doing his tour. I mean, normally I wouldn't be that petty, but right now I feel like, petty Christina. So I just feel like this would be a great get back other than the show. And, so what? Don't like it, don't watch it, don't care. But this, I really think so many people are interested. It's like, setting up a vacation or an event. So we got to have everybody. I just posted up the link. So again, I saw a bunch of you were wanting to join. So that you just click on that link. If you have a cell phone that you're joining from, you're going to need to download the app first on your phone, the BeLive.tv app. Once you do that, you can click on the link and you will go into our lobby. If you're joining from your laptop or your computer, all you need to do is just click on that link and it'll put you in. We'll be all set. Joe Paris is saying, RIP paranormal investigators in the house. Hey, Joe, nice to see you. Again, I'm sorry that we haven't been able to give all the shout outs. It has just been absolutely crazy. So there's been so many people, but I am putting all of the comments up. So don't worry about that. Gayleen says, as a witch, I'm offended too. Now, I want to go back to the whole witch thing. I mean, what is your thought when it comes to what he did? That a family who, were practicing witches, at the graveside, they, buried around the grave some religious, whatever you guys do in your ceremonies. And because he knew of that and he doesn't believe in that, he dug those up, took them off of the property
Go.
and took them
Go.
home with him, and urinated on the
Yeah,
gravestone.
Ron, keep reading.
What is your thoughts on that?
You're gonna see her in 3 weeks. Go.
Those are my big fans. They're my buddies.
Oh, they love Christina.
That's awesome.
There you go. You can say hi now. Go watch
I'll
TV.
see you soon.
Um, so he just basically desecrated an ancestral site. And generally speaking, we do that at Samhain or October 31st. The general public calls it Halloween. We call it Samhain, depending on what your tradition is. And it'd be like me going to his house and it's a bad analogy, but taking his cross down. And his own belief system preaches, "Judge not, lest you be judged." I'm sorry. I was born and raised Assembly of God. I went to Jimmy Swaggart Bible College. I know his religion, if he's a practicing Christian, very well. It was just never my chosen path. I've always been pagan. But yeah, he's going against his own belief system.
Well, and I've never
And
known, in the time that I've known you and the times that I've spent with you, you've never like tried to put a curse on anybody. You've never tried to do any kind of crazy ritual where you're sacrificing
we
animals.
do we did that when you weren't here.
Oh, okay. As long as I get to see it. But just know that now that I know, I've got to put you on blast too. You'll be next week's topic.
Okay, well, if a witch is going to do a curse, you're not going to know about it. The ones that say, "Oh, I put a curse on you," yeah,
Right.
they're showboating. And
I learned that too. I
when your
learned
hair
that.
starts falling out, then you might want to wonder. But
Well, then I know a lot of witches and voodoo and hoodoo priestesses and things like that that I can call on to get me my needed essentials. Me personally, I just never got into. I mean, it's not that I have any. Again, I grew up Catholic, and I am literally. Do I still have a Christian belief system? 100%. But I also, what people don't know about me is when I was going through the most of my paranormal stuff as a teen, I literally left Catholicism and I literally started checking out just about every religion out there that you could possibly think of. I went to the Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, like I went to them all, and was I didn't find anywhere where I fit in. I even went to a spiritualist church. They kind of freaked me out a little bit, so I didn't think I was spiritualist either. So nothing against
thank you, Martha.
anybody, but I it's where I fit in. So again, I love having people of all different beliefs, backgrounds, religious background. I just love people and seeing how they do things. I think that it's absolutely amazing. I've learned a lot over the years, for sure.
Well, and let me clarify something real quick because I see it all the time. A witch is a witch. I'm a witch. I'm not a warlock. Can I get out? Well, aren't you a warlock because you're male? Oh, no, not really. I'm a witch. The term warlock actually came from the media. You watch movies, and they're a warlock. Now, to clarify though, there are some Norse traditions that still do use the term warlock for males in their Norse tradition. But for the most part, when it comes to male witches, they are male witches, not warlocks. I just wanted to throw that in there because I get
No.
asked that all the time.
Gotcha. Great, great. Well, again, I look forward to seeing you in just a few short weeks. So, again, we'll be talking about it on 2 shows a week. We'll be, if you send me the flyers, I'll start really spamming them out everywhere. But again, you
Excellent.
definitely want to go to this place. It is amazing. It is, one of the few conferences that I ever speak at every year anymore. And not only do I speak at his conferences, I also cover them for the show. I saw that Dave Scott was in our chat room. So hello, Dave. He was saying
Yeah.
that
Hey,
he says that
Dave.
I like
Yeah, I'll tug the beard for him for a second. There we go.
Oh, I know. See, we have a tradition where Dave and I, who is a radio show host as well, and we have to like pull his thing. So for spaced out radio and everything, we each of us get a side of his beard, and then like the beginning of the year or something, like he posted up a picture and he was like completely shaven, and we are like, tradition. And he's like, don't worry. By September, I'll have it all back. And she's sure
Right,
as hell,
and
you
it's
see,
back.
it's back.
Right
All
on.
right. Well, thank you so much. I will be well, we need to set up to have you come on anyway so we can do a event promotion for the event. So I will once I get done with the stream, I'll check it out and we'll bring you on to do that as well. But thank you so much for coming in and chiming in and giving us your input on this.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
All
Bye
right.
bye,
Thanks,
bud.
Eric.
Bye bye.
So you
All
have a
right.
lot of people. You have a lot of people trying to get on, and I wonder like if you bring somebody else on, give them 5 minutes, and then so forth. Because I'm
Well,
going
I
to run out
don't
of.
see nobody else is in the lobby, so that's what I'm saying. I'll put
Okay.
the link, once again, guys, you guys are able to come in. I know Tammy wanted to come in. She was waiting and she had to go to dinner at her sister's. So, and who knows, this may end up going to a whole second show on
Well,
this
you know
topic.
what? A lot of people, absolutely, a lot of people I've been reading that they want to go out to his investigation. What we need to do secretly is come up with which one to go to because he can cancel the next two, and then we'll show up and to just get his autograph. I want to get his
Well, no, we'll
autograph
have
like
to do this secretly on when we're going to do it. We won't. I'm not going to put it on the show. We're just going to all get
exactly.
together and figure out when we're going to go. We're just going to pop up one day, and maybe he'll just cancel all of them because you won't know when we might be there.
Yeah, you'd be smart to do that one. But I want his autograph though. I mean, oh dang it.
And just a shout out for my bestie Dave Scott. Check his show out on well, actually nightly, but an hour after our shows end, his shows starts. It simulcast through the UPR and Talk Radio Network. And check him out, Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio. Definitely a great show. Covers pretty much everything that we cover on our two shows, but on a 5-day a week schedule. He's better than me.
Oh, wow. Does he need a co-host?
I know. All right. Let's see. I know if I could tug that beard, I would. Dave, don't worry about it. But we'll get to it as soon as we get there. And now we got George, who's gonna join in on all this. See,
I can't.
well, Dave's my tequila drinking partner from Canada.
That's sweet. I wish I could grow facial hair, man. I may just have to rig something up at a Halloween store
Well,
because everybody has this.
they all look like lumberjacks up there. Like, my Canadian buddy Dave, like he's got like this long, like kind of wavy hair. I think they all have like these like bromances, and so like he loves Mike's hair, and so like he's always complimenting how perfect Mike's hair is, and Mike can't grow really any facial hair. Dave's got
Yeah.
all kinds of it. So it's like going up with the lumberjacks, but they live where it's cold too. So I mean, they'll be coming up in like Pendletons and shit. I'm like, oh, feel like I'm camping. We're in lumberjack arena.
Yeah. How do you feel? Do you feel better, Christina? I feel better.
I do feel better.
Me too. I do. I feel a lot better.
I absolutely, I think. Galen was asking how you join. So again, just click the link that I posted, and if you're entering with your laptop, all you got to do is click on that link and say join as a guest. It'll pop you into our lobby, and we will bring you on. Let's say, Devin says this is all fine and good, but what we do to shit this back down. He has already hurt so many people. Well, again, sometimes you have to regroup and you have to bring more people in, new ideas of the ways to do about this. Are we ever going to get him out of the paranormal field? Absolutely not. He could go and investigate with them by himself, or make some friends that don't know him and do this. But, to bring awareness to our community, I think is what we need to do. We, again, need to know who we're investigating with. We need to know stuff like this because, I'm watching all of the comments as the show's been going on of how disgusted people are about the desecrating the gravesite, and the religious beliefs, and the racial slurs, and the homophobic slurs, and the threats, and all these different things. So again, I think we have to just like rethink of like what we need to do. And again, sharing this show that has all this information is the best way to do it. And again, Ryan, I'm sure you're watching, or if you're not watching now, maybe you're crying in the background because you've had such a bad day these last 2 days. It's not going to stop, my friend. You have started me on a tour of, I'm going to keep this train going. So you wanted the attention. I always say, be careful what you ask for, because I will give you all kinds of it. And yeah, Anna's saying, whoever has info on this kitten, I want it, please. I will definitely get that information, and we're gonna get it to you. I think, yeah, Nathaniel, I can give you that information as well. But I'll tell you, you got a lot of people, with eyes on you now, buddy, and a lot of people who know a lot of other people in this field. And again, even though this is a big community, it's also a very small community at the same time. And when you know the right, you can really get the information out. And we've seen it over and over on some of the shows that people have come to us about. The pedophiles, the unsolicited and paranormal investigators sending female investigators unsolicited nude pics, things like that. I mean, those are the people we want to know about, because again, a lot of times people meet people at other events or at a investigation, and they immediately just become friends. They're like, oh, they seem like a cool person, and you're friends, right? Because again, we don't have a whole lot of people usually around us who share our same lifestyles and things. So when we find people, we are drawn to them.
Exactly. But one more time, if it wasn't for this show, the fact that you're bringing to everybody's attention, this would never stop. You can go out to this thing with him, and he can sacrifice a kitten, or he goes to a graveyard and he's urinating on a tombstone. So this is one of the best shows ever. The fact that you did this tonight.
Well, it's not me, it's us. And again, I think that it's something that needed to be brought up. And
Absolutely.
many people have, again, I've got, and we've gotten a lot of flack on some of the shows we've done,
Right.
because they say, oh, it's just adding to the drama that's already in this field. Just stay positive. And, and you're the whole positive guy. I'm just like, I'm over a lot of this shit. It's been too many years. It's just like a broken record. But again, I'm not going to cover all the bullshit, personal bickering, and, fights that everybody has on Facebook every day. That's not what this is about. So if people are mad that we're doing these shows, just don't watch the show. Just delete me from the page if you're on me. Just go find something else to do. I mean, but it's not going to stop the shows, because as long as we feel that it's important, these are the shows that we're going to do, mixed in with all of the other shows that we do, which again is a lot of times why I like to do shows where we're just silly and just talk crap, and we talk about whatever just comes up, and everybody has a blast. Because sometimes this field is just way, way, way too overwhelming and just too much drama. So you got to have something to
Yeah.
break it up a little bit. Um,
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
all right, let's see.
Hey,
So,
what's this guy's name? Oh, Ryan. I almost said another word. I almost said somebody else's name. Ryan, if you're, I almost said my boy. I love Devin. I almost said Devin because Ryan Devin. If you're out there, bud, go ahead and chime in, man. If you want to defend yourself or you just want to talk, this is your time. Not to quit packing your boxes and all your stuff and moving on. Come on and just talk to us. I would love that.
yeah, well, we already know that's not happening.
Oh, I know that. He's a
We're,
puss.
but I do have to say, though, I did kind of appreciate that he said that we were the paranormal Jerry Springer. Because if you're like
That's
Jerry Springer,
fine.
like you made it, like
Yeah. Well, he doesn't realize that
it's
you have
funny.
500,000 people watching you even on a day. So you know what? The
I'm
bigger
not
you,
worried. Yeah, I
yeah,
am not worried about that. I just think that it's just funny when he told everybody I was self conscious
yeah.
about my
Well,
look.
Well,
I'm
I'll tell
like,
you. Yeah, it's
okay.
yeah. Okay, sorry. Oh
And what
man.
was funny, I was like, you know what? I need to go and like put all my makeup on and stuff like that for the show. Because normally I don't put any makeup on. I don't wear makeup.
Yeah.
I wear some eyeliner and that's it. But I was almost gonna put on the makeup just so that I could like make fun of the fact that he said I was self-conscious, and I was gonna say, thanks to him now I got to put makeup on every time I come on stream and shit. Yeah.
Well, okay, so that's you. Karen and I were coming back to my grandma's house, and I'm thinking, I told Karen, I go, I'm going to go on since he said that I'm addicted to drugs or whatever. That I was going to come on with, I was going to make a big giant joint, and I was coming with
Uh-huh.
fit, fuzzy hair and like, hey, what's up, y'all? The word is out.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Yeah, this guy.
It's just so funny that somebody who can be so hypocritical of everybody else.
Right.
I mean, the thing is that again, if this is are the things that you're doing, and again, there's proof to back it up. So it's not like these are just some assumptions. And
Yeah.
there are people who've been with him that have witnessed these things.
God, it's so
There
sad.
are, yeah, there are screenshots of him stating things, of how that we've talked about. Then
Yeah.
there's been other posts that are like just so damn random. He said I was the I was the co-founder of Holly's group or something like that. I was the angel whisperer he talked about, and that I took some brick dust and some tar water, and I forgot what else. My witchy things. He says I do, and that's how I got rid of the demon, which is why it's not gone. So I really kind of laugh at that because again, the client is still very good friends with me online, and is absolutely not a fan of his. And he's really going to push it because I'm going to get copies of the text messages that he was sending her when I was there, if she still has them, wanting to come and do the tour, and warning her, do not let them in. He actually told her to put her keys in the mailbox so he could come and do that tour. And she said no. And he said, we will be there at 9 p.m. And she's like, well, I'm going to have a paranormal team here, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, and he said, oh, they're witches. And if you do that, I promise you it's going to get worse, and they're going to attack your son and blah, blah, blah. Just sickening. So I have no problem putting everything out. So it's completely okay. So, Mr. Privy, if you would like to sue me, feel free to PM me, and I will give you my address where you can send the paperwork. I'd be happy to go to this. This would be a very interesting case for sure.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Yeah.
Oh my God. Anna says religion doesn't matter. Pissing on a grave is pissing on a grave.
Hey, you know what,
Oh,
Anna?
I believe it too. I mean,
Absolutely.
again, it wouldn't make any difference. It wouldn't be any different if you were Catholic and you had some angel statues that you put, or some St. Christopher medals that you put there, or a picture or whatever,
You
and
don't
you
touch
went
it.
and take that. I mean, and look, I have done investigations with like groups of people where we've done cemeteries where I have seen that shit actually happen. And I will be the first one to go and put someone on blast, call them out, make them put it back. You will never be with me and take anything and disrespect, somebody's grave. Not going to happen. Not when I'm around. It's absolutely disgusting for sure.
Yep, I agree with you. I think those are. I'll say it one more time. Those are the two things that really made me sick inside. The fact that he sacrificed a kitten, and again, I said it 7 times now. Urinating on graves. And stealing from grave sites. Those
Right.
top three right there are strike one, strike two, strike three. You're out. You bye
Right.
bye. Take care.
And Anna, again, no, it's not about religion. The reason that I made a point about that was that he is very anti anybody that is not a full blood Christian, and has anything to do with witchcraft. He is very against that. So the fact that he targeted that one single grave because of the fact that that was the woman that was buried there was a witch, and her family had buried these religious things around there, that's the reason he did it. That was what was behind the hate, behind why he did it. So yeah, it's not about the religion. That makes no difference. Disrespect is disrespect. But I wanted to just point out that he didn't do it to any other graves. He only did it to this one that he knew the person was a witch. So that's why I needed to make sure that we pointed that out. So Napa ghosts are in the house. That's right. With Ellen, Gayleen says Turlock Spirit Rescue Circle in the house. Yeah, Gayleen, we're definitely going to have to get together with you. We would love to come out and investigate. We'll come out and set something up and cover it live for the show. 100%. We'll have a lot of fun. See. Let's see what else we got here. Renee Coate says, I have been into the stuff since I was a little girl. I was talking to spirits then, and I have and I've had contact with him on and off. This dude makes it so hard for newbies to get people to trust us and to learn the right way.
Absolutely.
There you go. There you
Yep.
go.
Smart way to put
Shani
it.
says, witches know our enemies curse themselves. They don't need our help. I love that. And then again, I mean, there's a lot of the people who are in the chat room that, are witches themselves and openly witches. And again, a lot of my good friends are. So, I mean, I love them. So I have no problem with it, whatever.
I
So
love witches. I love them. Love them.
Rob says, great to see and hear you all. Oh, thank you for joining us, Rob. I appreciate it. A lot of new faces in here tonight. So again, thank you so very much. You guys are great. Let's see, we just have so much to go.
Well, I'll tell you,
I'm
if
like
nobody
trying to.
else is willing to come on, I'd say it's a good point to say, you know what? I think we got
I
it
think
out
we're
there.
gonna.
I think we got it
I
out.
think we do.
Yeah.
Again, oh hey Nicole, nice to see you. I'm trying.
Hey,
Dave's
Nicole.
reminding us the conference is in Cedro Woolley, Washington, the Washington State. So again, uh, September 22nd. Make sure to join us there. Can't wait, can't wait. And
Chirp,
Forest
chirp.
Moon Paranormal is Eric's page, so if you want to go and check that out as well. So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody. Again, I will try to run through these real quick and hold on.
Oh, somebody wants to get in the
Stacy
lobby.
says we have a pic of Ryan digging in the cemetery. Still looking for that video. Okay, Stacy, if you get it, make sure you send me a copy as well. I know Anna wants one, but I definitely want that one. Now, if I get enough additional evidence,
God,
I
I'm
would be
done.
happy to do a part two. So if there's more of you out there that want to contact me privately and you're willing to come on the show and share your experiences with him, then all you need to do is contact me or George privately, and we will get you all set up with the links and set everything up. All right. So again, thank you so much. Oh, I guess she found it. So Stacy, definitely send it to me. You can send it to Kara if you want. George, whoever, just make sure we get it. But I
Whoa, wait a
definitely
second. Wait. Time out. Let's get her on right now to show the picture. Right now while it's hot.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So look, if
Let's do
Stacy, if
this.
you can send it to me on Messenger right now, then I will post it up on the screen. I forgot I got the screen share, so
Yeah, let's
hold
hold
on just
on
a
just for a few minutes, man.
let me get to my.
I'm sorry. I know you're the boss lady, but you know what?
No, that's perfectly fine. So, oh well, while we're waiting, let me put up real. Uh,
So
let me
what's
put
the
up
show
real
for tomorrow
quick.
night? So hey guys, we're gonna be on again 6 to 8 tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Monday. So do you know what we're
Yep,
gonna be talking about tomorrow night? Or are we gonna maybe have a part
yep.
two?
Nope, we have Gavin Kelly and his beautiful wife
Oh, that's right.
Paula coming on, and we're going to be talking about demonologists, fake
Sweet.
demonologists, online schools. Are the certificates worth it? What does it really take to be a real demonologist? Is just having a certificate and an online course that you pay for enough? Those are the things we're going to talk about, as well as some frauds that we know are out there as well. All right. I also, before we do anything else, I want to play that audio clip of which was the voicemail that you left
Oh,
for
to him.
Ryan
Okay,
of where
so
you supposedly threatened him.
this is not a threat, guys. This is exactly what I said.
All right.
Hey, just me, man. You know what? Don't text me anymore, bro. And seriously, I'm not gonna text and stuff back and forth. When I met you for 10 minutes yesterday, you were talking shit about 5 or 6 people that I hang out with. All right, so you know what? I don't want to be a part of your little system. I don't want to be a part of your bullshit. Best thing for you is to stay away from me and don't text me anymore. That's the only option you have. Okay. Other than that, I gave you the chance, benefit of the doubt. People talk shit about you every single day in the paranormal world. I said, look, I'm not going to jump on that train. I'll meet the guy myself and make my own decision. I actually liked you, but then I come home to messages that you talk shit about me. So other than that, do not text me anymore. I'm going to block your ass. Take care. Later. Bye.
All right, you heard it there. I did not hear not one threat. You're nicer than I would have been.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I probably would have threatened him for real, but you're smart. That's why you did it.
Yeah, I didn't threaten him at all. It just, yeah, he was talking about, like I said, he was talking about some, like you and I, we have some dear friends. Those 5-6 people that he brought up are our friends. And it was just, you know what, he had to stop. He wouldn't stop. So I'm
Hey,
going
Stacy,
to go.
where did you send that picture? She just said she sent the picture to me. Did you send it to the Paranormal Connections page? I'm trying to find it right now. So hold on, guys. If we definitely have that, I want to make sure we get it up. So.
Yeah.
All right, come on, little page. I think I got too many pages open. Sorry,
I can't even
guys.
imagine how many people you have, how many comments.
I had to turn off the notifications because I was like sure that the whole stream was just going to be like ding, 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 ding. So I had to go turn it. Okay, here we go. I got it. Hold on.
So this is a picture of him digging up a grave or digging up what?
Ding, yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to pull it up right now so I can get it. Come on, stupid page.
Hey, watch your mouth.
It's not like I haven't said much worse before. Okay, hold on. Message requests. Here we go. Accept. Come on, buddy. All right, let me pull this up. All right, got it. Let me do the screen share real quick, and I will drop George and I out so you guys can see a nice big full blown picture of just him. So hold on just a second. Where the hell did that picture go? Oh, that's where it's at. Go back to the software.
Are you frozen? Oh,
I was. Hold on. It was. I think it was loading, but give me just a second. Here we
sure.
go. All right. Let's bring it up.
Wrong guy.
And we're going to put you down. Hold on.
Oh, there.
Ding, ding. Oops. Hold on. Where's get George back up here? Get this one out of here.
There you go.
All right. There you go, people.
So he was at a gravesite. Looked like he was doing some digging. Yeah. Well,
Why
yeah.
would you be digging? Why would you have a shovel with you be digging anything at a cemetery?
There's no reason to carry that with you. So if he says, "Oh, I was whatever," no, that is not an EVP recorder. That is not a flashlight. That's a shovel.
Oh, hold on. I just got. I see. I'm telling you, it's like if I've got it turned off here, my phone's dinging. So hold on.
Yeah.
I just said, oh, look at what the fucktard is saying. Hold on, and I'm not going to say who sent it to me, but thank you so much. To those following along. Oh, he posted under Toledo Spirit Hunters. For those following along, legal action has been taken against certain parties who have been slandering my character and the integrity of my team. Oh, this is about our guy for tomorrow. Never mind. This is all I'm going to say. Oh, so we're going to get sued for tomorrow night show too before it starts. Woohoo!
How can wait? Which guy? Wait a second. I'm confused.
About our topic for tomorrow night. He's already posting that since we're doing a show on him that he'll be suing as well.
God.
Gayleen, if you want to post whatever you want to say, I mean, again, I can try to put up the link once more. I know it sees that you want to go in. Gina says that picture needs to be reported to the police, and I agree. I mean, again, if this stuff doesn't ever get to the right authorities, nothing ever happens. So we got to all do this. So um, hold on, let's see what else we said. Danny Manji says it's things like this that made me turn a blind eye on the paranormal and walk away several years ago. I hate being forced out of anything, but I hate dealing with the assholes. And Danny, I have to so agree. I mean, to be honest, I have truly thought about leaving a few times. Uh, but again, then they just win. And the thing is if this was just a hobby for me, maybe I could walk away. This isn't a hobby, and I think that I can do a lot more by sticking around than I would ever be by running away. So for me, for some people, it's just too much. For me, it actually encourages me to want to stay even more to make sure I bring attention. If I can't stop them, at least bring attention to them. So that will maybe help keep people from working with them or things like that. People can be too serious these days. That's fact. So I try to do fun shows. Thank you, Christina and George. You're awesome. Well, thank you, Nicole. I mean, again, like some of our shows like these ones are very serious. Other shows that we do like last night were completely, or not, on Thursday night or Wednesday night, are completely opposite. I mean, or no, the live stream yesterday, I mean, you never know what we might talk about, but it's always fun. I mean, it's just that's the way it is. I mean, it can't be. We were talking yesterday on the live stream that I had posted up a post saying that somebody broke into my house and that everybody needed to click on the link and check to see who this person was so we could catch this person. And like I literally got such a mixed reaction. I almost took it down, but then I thought, man, you guys need to like loosen up some. You go way too rigid. So I got people who had offered to come and like find the people and beat them down. I said, and so I had to tell them it was a joke. I had people who only read part of it and looked at the picture. They never read it thoroughly. So they're like, oh, so sorry to hear that this happened to you, Christina. I already know at that point you didn't click the link, dummy, because obviously you would have known it was a big joke because when you would click on that link, it took it back to your own profile. So, but I got a private message from a lady who I found out afterwards had just tried to friend me, and it was a public post, so she clicked on it and she saw it and she sent me this private message saying, oh, I need to speak with you right away. I saw your post and I clicked on it, and for some reason it has my picture, and I just want you to know that I'm in a whole different state and I would never do something like that. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. It was a joke. It's a joke post. That's why it sends it back. And she goes, well, I don't find that funny at all. You need to grow up. And I was like, no, you need to fucking loosen up a little bit. That's what I told you. You need to loosen up. And so she was, I don't find this funny. And see, every day I get a threat. She was going to make sure I was banned from Facebook for putting that post up yesterday. And I'm just like, wow, this is really the field that we're in. It's like somebody said common sense today. We're saying like that's your main tool that you should walk into an investigation with. And I said, oh, we're screwed then, because I think like 10 or 15 years ago, they stopped passing out common sense when they created people. They're like, oh, we'll take this out and see how you guys do. Just say
Oh shit.
Elizabeth, she says, you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful too, my friend. I love you. All right, Tammy, I see that you're back. If you want to come on the stream, go ahead.
Oh, Tammy, come in. Tammy, I got like 5 or 6% on my phone left. Come in. I
Come
want to make
on,
sure
come
you're
on.
feeling okay. Come
Come
on. Come on, please, please. I'm begging you.
Devin says George on drugs, ha ha ha. And
Right.
Kristen says
Thank you.
ganja isn't a drug anymore. Well, especially not in California where we're at. But I mean, again, that's not the case. I mean, but that's
You know what? I
the thing.
I OD on carrot juice. Come on.
And
Jesus
Pepsi.
Christ. And
Pepsi's my
Pepsi.
drug. Yes.
God. Ah.
All right. Well,
Is Tammy coming on? I would love. You know what? I'm not forcing you, Tammy.
Well, Gayleen says, I wanted to talk about my experience with getting phone calls from people that Ryan did investigations for and yelled at me because he was part of our church. How he asked me yesterday about being a psychic at the event that Kara and George did, and I told him no and a few other things. But you know what? Again, I think that we're coming around that we're probably going to have a part two. I'm just kind of knowing this is
Yeah.
coming. So, we'll try to do that. But there's just way too many things. So, all right, we are going to go tonight. Oh, James, go away, go away. See,
Bye,
this is the
James.
thing. You have the trolls that start out at the beginning of the show, but their stupid asses don't realize that when they stick around for the whole fucking show, it just gives us better ratings. So thank
Thank
you,
you.
James.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. All right, everybody. We love you. We will
Love you
definitely get
guys.
a second one show planned and set up. Everybody that was on the stream, if you wanted to come in or you have information, send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me, and we will get you on. Ellen says, "Thanks for sharing this. You are completely. That is
Love
great.
you, Ellen. I love you. I
We
love you. I
love you.
love
We
you.
got your back.
Yeah.
100%. So again, much love to everybody. Again, make sure share, 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 share.
Oh, that was great.
All
Time
right.
out. Time out. That was actually pretty cute. Share,
Did you like
share,
that?
share, 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 share. I love it.
All right. Let's do the PPP.
Oh,
Positive.
welcome to the PPP.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop. I love it.
All right, guys. We love
Good
you. We
night,
will see
guys.
you tomorrow night.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Love you. Oh Lord.
I know that.
No.